For software engineers, I should not have to sit here and tell you the importance of learning how to speak English. Your phone, I am pretty sure, is in English. All the code that you write is in English. So why not take the effort to actually learn how to speak English? Communication is one of the most important things right now these days, right? So I'm gonna help you with some points that I think will be helpful to you. I'm not saying that you will be a master in 90 days or whatever, because I can tell you for sure that those videos won't work. Any video that says that I'm gonna teach you how to speak English in 90 days, 120 days, or whatever, they're all bullshit. Because those videos make the assumption that you're gonna leave your studies, your career, your family, and everything just to focus on speaking English. But that's not the reality. We have to do other things. We have to cater to our responsibilities outside of just wanting to learn a particular skill that we are not sure that we will be able to pull off. So the first thing that you will need to keep in mind is time. You have to keep in mind that a skill like speaking English on the fly can take a lot of time. If you really ask me how much time it took me to do it, I would say it took at least a decade, 10 years. The reason being because I have many things to do in my life. Like I was studying one time, then I'm working, then I'm just catering to my family or whatever. Not catering, I'm just hanging out with my family. Not everybody speaks English there, obviously, so I'm not gonna try and do it with them. It took a lot of time for me to actually get here. So this is the first thing that you need to keep in mind. That it's gonna take time. It's all right. You don't need to rush, because once you do learn it, it's gonna feel like a breeze. After you accept in your heart that it is gonna take time, the next thing you're gonna have to accept is practice. Just talking about the Southeast Asian culture, we actually nitpick a lot of grammatical mistakes and pronunciation mistakes in each other when somebody tries to speak in English in front of us. We just do that for some reason. So you're going to have to accept that this is going to take a lot of practice. This is going to take a lot of humiliation. This is going to take a lot of, you will be made fun of by your friends. They're going to nitpick your mistakes and they're not going to let you live without it. So once you have these two things in your mind set up, all ready to go, that this is going to take time and I'm going to have to practice, the first thing that you should really do is listen to songs. I recommend listening to songs because it is entertainment. And you as a software developer, you already listen to lo-fi beats, that never-ending live stream that runs on YouTube. You already do that. So why not just change it up just a little bit, pick a genre that you like, and just sing along with the songs that you like for any artist that sings in English. Just try that for a while. See if you really vibe with some kind of music. And just do that. Because when somebody is singing in English, you can pick up on certain ways to pronounce words, certain ways to make words rhyme or whatever, and you can pick up accents. That will be helpful to you. The other thing that you can do is that you can pick up on certain words that you don't understand in a particular song. Let's say the singer said it in such a way that it went over your head. Entire sentences you're not able to make out what did they say. And this is where you have internet access. Just pull up the lyrics of the song and listen to those songs looking at the lyrics. And try to memorize it. Try to associate certain words with their style of pronunciations. As a result, your English speaking skill will improve. If you're able to sing a song which is comprised of sentences, then I'm pretty sure you can cherry pick some words and some phrases out of it and you can inject it in your daily conversations. And that's how you can turn your entertainment into a skill. Next thing, obviously, movies. Hollywood movies, specifically, not the kind of movies you would think I'm referring to, but you're gonna have to watch a lot of movies and web series. Just take the viral ones like Breaking Bad, Game of Thrones, no, not that one. Better Call Saul or something like that, and just start watching it. When you look at these characters talking to each other in their native first language, it gets you an idea of how these people communicate. Then it will help you pick up some of the phrases and words, and you can, improve your skill like that. And one recommendation here would be turn off the subtitles, because only then you can be sure that you can associate English words in your head when you listen to it, spoken by a certain character in a specific accent with specific pronunciations. That's when you know that you're heading in the right direction. If you refuse to turn off the subtitles just for the sake of understanding the episode and understanding what everybody's saying, it's not gonna work. This is where I want to set a certain set of goals for you. which will be like beginner, medium, and expert. Is the beginner phase where you would be able to understand what somebody is saying. I think you're already there. If you're watching this stream so far until this point, you already understand what I'm saying right now. And so you watch YouTube videos or movies of other people who speak in their native accent. And if you can make those words out, you're already at the beginner phase, right? Medium things, it would be catching specific ways to say a word. Let's say the word notice, for example. If I say the word notice in my strictly Indian accent, I would say it as notice. But if I just shift the enunciation just a little bit, like an American accent, notice. I didn't emphasize the T as much. So this is something that you have to go towards when you are heading towards the medium phase, that you can tell yourself that now you are a medium level English speaker now. When you can play around with enunciation of words and you can come up with sentences on the spot with no grammatical mistakes, at least minimal grammatical mistakes, you know that you are, a medium level speaker. The expert stage is how I define it in my own head as coming up with English sentences on the spot. You know that your first language is not English. So how do you speak it at the beginner level? You think about sentences and what you want to say in your native language, let's say Hindi. You make the conversions in your head and then you say the sentence that would be in English. That's how you do it. But you practice it long enough and you will get to a stage where you don't even have to think about your first language anymore. Sentences will just form naturally in your head and you would be able to speak it. So this is the expert phase, coming up with English sentences on the spot. This is where you can tell yourself that, yeah, now you're an expert. And one more thing that I want to point out is recovering your mistakes, recovering from your mistakes. I mean, there was somebody who is a very well-known speech expert who told once that people don't make a big fuss about your mistakes when in your speech if you don't make a big fuss about your mistakes in your speech. Which means if you are midway through a sentence and you mess it up for some reason, then you're gonna have to have the ability to recover from it on the spot, like you just noticed how I did it just now. This is something that is very important, because if you just go and you just fumble it all up, then it gives off the impression in front of the viewer that they think that you're an idiot. You don't know what you're talking about. So this is the expert level phase you have to get to. That will take a lot of time for you to get there. One approach that I can tell you is put a camera up and just record yourself speaking. Whatever comes up in your head in Hindi or your first language, just start converting it in English and just start speaking it and record yourself. And then notice yourself speaking when you play it back. You will find out your own mistakes, you will find your own shortcomings, you will know what to improve, and just keep going. It takes a ton of practice to get to the expert level. And one more thing I want to point out while I'm at it is that there is this assumption that just because my friends pick up on my mistakes and they make fun of me for it, for committing a grammatical fraud or maybe mispronouncing a word, this is not the case with American and English people, where those countries where English is the first language. They don't do it as much. They understand that you are not somebody who has English as the first language. So if you fumble a sentence up, or if you're not able to understand the phraseology or the terminology that they are throwing at you, you can ask them to explain it in simple words and they understand and they will do it for you. Don't think in your head that the day that you speak to a person from London or America and they notice that you made a mistake in your grammar, then they will make fun of you. They are adjusting people. I have personally had that experience while I have fumbled sentences in front of my client and they did not make a big deal about that. So this is one of the things that you have to keep in mind as a software engineer, because some point in your career, you're going to get to a point where you will talk to somebody overseas. And this is where this pressure comes up in your head that, holy shit, I better not mess up what I'm saying. Otherwise, they will make fun of me. That doesn't happen. I think one more thing that I can add to this is, it doesn't matter what age group you are. It doesn't matter what your financial condition is. It doesn't matter what your educational background is. Speaking English is a skill that you can do it by yourself. You don't need to pay somebody. You don't need to be dependent on other people. You can pull it off yourself. If you are a Boomer, then you have the Oxford Dictionary. Remember the dictionary? Yeah, me neither. Then if you are a millennial just like me, an Ank, you have Google. You can look up words, you can look up phrases, and Google will help you understand what those phrases and words mean. Or if you are a Skibidi or high level 100 Sigma Rizzler, then you can use AI for making you understand English words. You can just put in, hey, ChatGPT, please make me understand what this phrase means, and it will do it for you. So yeah, keep these points in your mind. Take your time, just practice, and hopefully this video helped you. And I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.